why
I'm
you shouldn't do
working
things.
on the
so
reason.
why should I listen to anything else he says?
Is telling me that adults shouldn't be doing it on their own accord.
But you have no good reason for it, is what I'm saying.
I'm working on the reason.
Okay, what's the reason?
What's my feeling?
What's the working reason? I'm working on the reason, but I don't have any reason. But I just feel like you shouldn't.
I just think the efforts as an adult could be better. It could be better placed on things that are more important than you trying to figure out or waste your money on efforts on a costume that you're never gonna wear again.
Do you care about me?
Yeah, I care about you. This is a joke.
I have to believe it's satire. Otherwise, there's no point in humanity continuing. This is insane. It's about teaching the kids a lesson about hard work.
Don't take them trick or treating. How about that? You know, I'm starting to think it's not because you didn't decorate. It's because they really don't want to go to your house. They remember you.
The word spread. There's like a Reddit post
they know
about
you're
my
the
house.
worst guy at Halloween. What's going on, everybody? We're the Vomata Brothers, and welcome back to the Vomata Brothers Recap, where we present our favorite topics found in the past week, be it news, pop culture, and whatever spooks our spoons. I'm Satirius, and this is DayDreamer.
Nice, I hadn't seen that. For this week's episode, we thought we'd make it more Halloween focused because it's Halloween. I wanted to do an entire episode where it was just Halloween. Satirius said
you
no.
guys would like that.
Yeah, Satirius vetoed it, so we came to a compromise. So our first topic is going to be Halloween hot takes, part 1. Then we're going to go into how AI is ruining everything. And finally, our Halloween hot takes part 2.
That was a compromise. I still feel like I lost this one. Anyways, let's get into it.
All right. For Halloween hot takes part 1, here are like 3 or 4 of my hot takes. Or some of these are kind of lukewarm, but I do think some of these are more hot.
Okay, so is it majority hot or majority
I'm just giving that disclaimer because sometimes it's like they're like, oh, bro thought it was a hot take and it was like the most lukewarm cold take ever, and I'm just like, okay, maybe it is, but anyways, my first one is you don't need to decorate your house for Halloween in order for trick-or-treaters to come to it. I think just as a society we should agree that if the porch light is on, the house is fair game.
I mean, I guess, but then your house is just gonna be boring against the rest of them. But sure, I wouldn't blame any family or child for skipping your house.
Where you? Yeah. Why are you saying that? You don't take care of your house either. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about your house in particular. I don't do any.
My house.
I don't handle any candy for mine. So I don't decorate.
My neighbor decorates, and every year kids go straight to his house and then skip mine. And I'm like, why? My house, like the porch light's on. We're home. We're prepared to give you candy. What's going on here?
You're missing a sign. Maybe that's all that you need.
I remember when I was a kid, though, it didn't matter. If the porch light was on, we would go to every single... You know what? It's this new generation, dude. They don't want it enough. They just expect things to be given to them without doing any sort of work. We would go to every single house, regardless of whether or not they had decorations. If the porch light was on, it was fair game.
Yes, I guess that makes sense. Back when I used to live in Arizona, the community kind of did a cool thing because I guess if you didn't, it would just be overwhelming. But everybody sat outside of their house, regardless if it was decorated or not. That was kind of a cool community thing.
See, that's too much.
Time to change, dude. Time to change. People decorate now, which is kind of an annoying hot take for me. But there's a lot more decorations, and there's sort of an expectation now. Obviously,
again,
not going to your house anymore.
So Terrace and I have talked about this a lot off camera, and I don't know where I think you're letting social media color you because I have seen less decorations than ever before, and you're over here talking about
I've seen more decorations than before.
In what neighborhood? Because your neighborhood has none, so I don't know what we're talking
about. Down the street where we live in the downtown area, a lot more houses down there are putting up these giant like skeletons.
But that place has always decorated highly, like in the downtown area.
No, not that I recall.
No, we would literally drive there as kids to trick or treat in that area because that area was good. Yes, well, some years it depended. Okay. I think we went there like once or twice, but that's one of the places that always did it. Another place too is where everybody else used to live. I don't want to say the exact place, but you know that little.
I do know that house area. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I noticed it's more common in the those types of neighborhoods, not in ours. Well, at least that's certainly not mine. I agree.
Mine so that's why I'm like, I don't get why you're saying more people do it.
I just feel like
I feel like I've seen less.
Social media makes it easier to see it, but I just feel like there's been a lot more of a excitement around Halloween than there should be. But that's just my
okay.
Take.
Well, that's a separate issue, and I still think you're letting social media color you. But anyways, back to me, please. I do think like society culturally we should decide if you need to make it so that it looks like your house like nobody's home, And I don't like the idea of everybody standing outside. Part of it's cool, but it also like, I remember as a kid, there was some sort of excitement about going up and knocking on somebody's door and saying trick or treat as loud as possible, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And if everybody's outside, I didn't like it when people were outside actually, because there was a couple of years where people in my neighborhood, they would be outside. And for some reason it felt weird and awkward going up to them, because I was like, when do I say trick or treat? You know, do I say trick or treat when I'm walking up? Do I have to wait till I get there? Like, it's just it introduces a whole other a lot of variables. It's just no.
Just walk up and grab the candy. Hey, nobody said you had to say trick or treat.
Okay. Okay. Here's my other one. Okay. We're gonna move on to my second hot take now. I think full-size candy bars are too much. I don't think anybody should hand out full-size candy bars. Unless, actually, I've thought about it a little bit more. Unless the entire neighborhood decides what house, it should only be one, and it rotates every year. It shouldn't always be the same house.
I think it's fine. As long as it's one full-size candy bar.
So you're okay if everybody everybody gave out full-size candy bars? That's what you would want?
I mean, it's no different than as a kid. So how I hand out candy, and that I still stand true to this, is usually it's a fingerful, right? You grab a few of them and you dump them in the thing.
That's too much candy.
I don't give just one candy.
Satirius and I have talked about this off camera. This is literally why we decided to make this topic, because we were talking about like all of these things for like 20-30 minutes, and a handful of candy is too much.
Fingerful. I had to make a correction there. 5 is too much, 2 is too little, 3 to 4 sounds just right.
That sounds way too, like, you're not making the kids work for anything. They're not learning the idea of hard work. No, they could go to like 10 houses and that'd be it. Like that.
Maybe we're doing the parents a favor. Maybe that's what they're doing. It's like, okay, cool, you got 30 pieces of candy. Time to go.
Screw the parents. It's not about the parents. It's about teaching the kids a lesson about hard work.
Don't take them trick or treating. How about that?
Huh?
I got a better plan. Don't take them trick or treating.
Okay, well that's a separate hot take, but that's no. I think at most we would only give out one
annoying neighbor who gives out one piece of candy, and that's why the kids never liked your house.
We only gave out one piece of candy. I have changed a little bit on it. I think two is fine because of my other hot take.
I don't think they didn't go to your house because the fact that your house wasn't decorated or nice. I think they didn't go to your house because you're the guy who only gives one piece of candy.
No, but I remember even like trick or treating too. We would only go and get one. Maybe we lived in a poor neighborhood or something. I don't know. But we would go around and when we would trick or treat, we would only get one piece of candy per house. Like it wasn't weird. Like it was normal. I remember getting one. And you know those bowls when they put out a bowl and they're like take one. Like that's I feel like that's normal. Like it always just like take one. Or I think I saw a couple of years of trick or treating where there was like take two, and I'd be like so happy. But take one was like normal in my opinion. I do think one piece of candy per house is enough to teach kids about how they have to do hard work and things won't be easy. That way they have to like hit multiple houses or an entire neighborhood to fill up their bucket.
Sure.
You're coddling these new children.
3 pieces, like it's whatever I grab. That's what they get.
No, that's too much. Your kids are gonna be so spoiled. I can already tell. I can already tell. They're gonna be like, oh my god, super spoiled.
Well, they're not gonna go trick or treating, likely.
Really?
Well, we'll see what their mother say. I don't know. Probably.
You're so boring.
I don't know.
You're gonna rob your kids of trick. Your parents never robbed you of the joy of trick or treating.
How many pieces of candy to tell my kids if they're gonna or tell my kids, give my kids, if they're gonna give 3 pieces of candy, that's what they're gonna give them. And likely I'm gonna be standing in the back while they walk up to get their candy with all the other kids. I'm not walking up to the door with them.
Okay, you're right.
Hey, that kid right there with the ghost suit, give him 1 piece of candy.
I guess I'll have to think about that. How do I do that? I'll probably take some of their candy and make them work for that way. They know they have to hit multiple houses.
That's where you regulate them, right? They're not gonna eat all that candy one night, and they're not gonna eat it all in the span of a month. It's gonna be throughout. That's where I teach them. All right, you have all this candy. We're not eating it all right now. You're gonna eat it throughout a long duration of time.
Okay. I need more thinking on this because I don't know. I ate the whole candy in like a week and I was fine. I turned out fine. Everything was good. You're hyperactive for a week. You get a bunch of stuff done. First of all, you're always just a constant sugar high for a whole week. It's a boost of energy, dude. It really does. And I do think it's important to experience that as a kid. Just constant sugar rush and headaches for a week. I think that builds character. I honestly do. Okay. All right, here we go. My last hot take is Okay, and this part I'm not okay. There is a disclaimer on this because I do think this is kind of a bad hot take, but okay, just hear me out. Low effort costumes should not be given as much candy. Again, I think 2 pieces of candy is fine. If you're wearing a low effort costume, you get 1. However, I'm not as strict on this because I do know that I feel like if somebody has a low effort costume, it's probably because they couldn't afford a new one. So I'm gonna be like I'm gonna be a jerk, giving people like discriminating basically against poor kids and rich kids. Like the rich kids, they have a good costume, so they'll get 2 pieces, and the poor kids only get 1. I'd feel so bad, honestly. You know what? Never mind. I take this back.
Why did I get 1 piece and you got 2? And the kid's probably like, it's probably because you got a low effort costume.
It's probably because you have a sheet over your head with 2 freaking things cut out.
I can imagine us like bring us back in time when we're both trick or treating together. You're yelling at me for my low effort costume.
Like, it's funny. Like me as an adult, all cranky and old, and just like yelling at the parents. Hey, are you poor or is that just like you guys were low effort here? Like just trying to get clarification on whether or not. Because
all right, 1 piece for him. 1 piece for him. That's gonna be you. That's gonna be messed up.
That'd be hilarious though. I do think
I'm starting to think it's not because you didn't decorate. It's because they really don't want to go to your house. They remember you.
The word spread. There's like a Reddit post
they know
about
you're
my
the
house.
worst guy at Halloween.
There's just like this Reddit thread about my house and just like the address. And don't go there.
That house. Don't even give them the effort. That's hilarious.
Anyways,
it turns out I'm the one leading that effort
behind the scenes.
I'm not doing that. Just kidding.
Okay. My last hot take is you don't need these name. Okay, this one's actually more lukewarm maybe, but you don't need these name brand candies to. You don't need to pass out name brand candies. That's it. End of hot take. Here, let me show you the best.
Another reason why they don't go to your house.
The best. Let me show you
You're
the
hurting
best
yourself,
candy. Man. Look, this is one of the best candies that you can get on Halloween. I'm know you disagree.
I love these lollipops, but this is not it. This is not it, dude. Starburst, Skittles, Sour Patch Kids.
You can
stuff
get
like
those
that.
any other time of the year.
You can go away with chocolate. Chocolate is whatever for me. Like there are far better lollipop brands you can go with. The only candies that I don't like that are name brand are Tootsie Pops or Tootsie Rolls. Those ones I don't care for.
Like the actual candy Tootsie Rolls, not the lollipop, right?
The lollipop, I would prefer the blow pop. Yeah, I'd prefer those for
These
sure.
Ones?
Any day.
They're okay. I just think the gum doesn't taste that good. Those are the top of the line
lollipops. Well, I mean, I'm talking about the lollipop. The gum is an added extra, but even then, you don't chew that for more than maybe 15 minutes.
Even that seems like a lot. But yeah, I guess you're right. But no, I still think my lollipops are better.
They're good. I won't deny that. I love picking those when they hand them off after you go to the dentist, kind of defeating the whole purpose of going to the dentist. Mm-hmm. But I love them, but not these ones.
I don't know. Okay, this one I'm not super passionate about because I do think
you're wrong.
Some of my some of my favorite candies are name brand, like Nerds and what was the other one? There was another one that I like.
Sweet Tarts or Smarties? Sweet Tarts.
Smarties.
Those beat out Smarties any day.
Really? I like Smarties better.
Yeah, Sweet Tarts.
Smarties, Nerds, and then there's another one. Reese's Cups. Ooh, Reese's Cups were my favorite growing up too.
Reese's Cups are so artificially flavored. That's like the worst peanut butter flavor ever. I'm just saying, dude. I'm not a big chocolate fan. I know that's a hot take for sure. I think chocolate's overrated. Not everything needs to be chocolate. I'm going on a tangent here, but it needs to be said.
I like it.
Am I wrong?
I think you're just a party pooper.
Whatever. Chocolate is just
lame.
You
just hate joy and happiness.
I regulate it.
You regulate joy and happiness?
I regulate my joy and happiness.
All right. I'm done. Let's move on.
All right. You're not feeling the void of silence of the wheel spin.
I always forget to fill the void of silence.
One job, and then I always
this is me talking.
I can't do 2 jobs here.
My fault. What would you do? Do we have one?
I don't think we do.
Okay, just switch it to DayDreamer's Choice.
All right, and DayDreamer's Choice it is. Yay!
Okay, I've been wanting to show you this one for a while, but I don't want to ruin it. I don't know if you've seen this trend or not, but it's hilarious to me. Okay, so the caption says, seeing if we have hidden talent so we don't have to fix this leak.
Yes, it's true, I'm not good at a one-night stand. But I still need love cause I'm just a man. These nights never seem to go as planned. I don't want you to leave. Will you hold my hand? Oh, won't you stay with me?
Hey, it's not bad, dude.
Cause you're all I need.
Look at him go, dude. Why haven't we done this yet?
That won't you, dude? That one was that was actually not bad. It was pretty good.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I was looking
Started off rough, but they were going.
It kind of stayed rough the whole time, but I was looking through some of the comments and some people were like, "Oh, low key harmonized at the end." There, there was one where it was like, "I think y'all got to go fix the leak now, though." So this guy said, "I'm gonna tell my kids this was One Direction." Yeah, this one says, "Go fix the leak."
It's hilarious. Dude.
Anyways, that's the trend. It's just a bunch of people singing really badly, and I love it. All right, next topic.
All right, AI is developing at a rapid pace, and DayDreamer and I have our concerns.
Mm-hmm.
Here are 3 things we've noticed. 1, it provides fake info without telling you it's fake. 2, it's overly affirming. And 3, it can have love relationships.
That last one's nasty, but
I know.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna dive into each one more specifically because we've noticed these 3 things, but each one of these, like, we've noticed because there've been like big stories about them. So the first one of it providing fake info without telling you it's fake, that one we first came across it from what I can remember, like a big major story was the lawyer thing. So here is
everybody
the story.
knows that one.
Yeah. Here's the story. So it's had more developments now. So California issues historic fine over lawyers' Chat GPT fabrications. A lawyer pretty much told Chat GPT, "Hey, find me case law that supports this thing." The Chat GPT found him case law that supported the thing. It did not tell him that case law was fake. And then the lawyer like just didn't check.
Right.
And then he ended up going on vacation or saying he was gonna be out of town or something. He made up a bunch of stories to the judge, trying to delay it, and it just turned out that the things that he had cited were just fake, false.
And not only that, you also have some experience too.
Oh yeah, I have personal stories with it as well. So the first one was actually while we were researching this episode, we were trying to look for topics that were Halloween related, and so I type into ChatGPT and I ask it, "Hey, what are some Halloween related news articles or stuff we can talk about?" And it gives me like, I think it was 10 or 12. I didn't save the chat and I'm a little sad.
Yeah.
But it gave me quite a bit. And then I said, "Cool, give me the specific headlines for 1 through 5 or something like that." Mm-hmm. And then it tells me, "Oh, these are actually fake. They're not real." But, you can find stories around these. And I'm just like, what the heck?
Yeah, no,
so if I hadn't
crazy.
asked, I just wouldn't know. So my second experience with it, I was writing this program for my phone or whatever. And I was vibe coding, if you will. So I was having, because I didn't know the specific language that I was coding in, so I was having ChatGPT help me with the language. But eventually I got stuck on a certain part and I asked ChatGPT, "Hey, how do I do this one thing?" And it was like, "Oh, just reference this certain library and then do this function." And I was like, "Okay." And so I was implementing it for like 30 minutes, just running and just debugging. And then I ask it, I'm like, "Hey, it's not working. That library, for whatever reason, it's not detecting it. It's not working." And they're like, "Oh yeah, that library doesn't exist." And I was like, "What? What do you mean? Like, why would you suggest it?"
That's hilarious.
Yes. And so I to this day, I kind of just stopped on that program. I moved on to something else. I will get back to it though. I will finish it.
Sure. I mean, you've been telling me that for like the past, I don't know how long.
It's in Kotlin or no Kotlin. Okay.
I don't even know that what you're saying, but there is a common denominator here of issues, right? Or there's a single issue here. Who's at fault?
I do. Even when I had the bad experience, I did say, "You're an idiot, DayDreamer. What the hell? Like you're out here. ChatGPT isn't a reliable source. You would never trust anybody who told you anything based off of a ChatGPT research, and yet you're over here fully trusting it." I do think the person is fully at fault when ChatGPT provides fake information.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I agree. I agree 100%. This is entirely on the individual, right?
Yeah.
I have never trusted AI to be my source of information. It kind of gets me started when I see something, but that's it. I never use it as a source to confirm anything.
Yes.
So even still, it is a concern because people who don't know any better, which people you need to start knowing better, they're just going to take it and run with it. And I still think that's an issue to give false made up information.
There are limited times where it is helpful. So like earlier today we were having an issue with your mic. You would type into ChatGPT really quick, how do I do this thing? It gave you an answer, not ChatGPT, but just Google, and it would give you that AI overview. That It takes like a minute to go through their overview. If it doesn't work after that, then okay, delve deeper and find an actual source. But in that case, it did, and it was very helpful. You know?
What it does, although I don't know if it was much different than a standard search engine, it gave me the overview, but I'll open up the overview and I'll click the source itself. And I need to confirm that it's a legit source. I never just read it and take it as it is because I saw a source there, a link. No, I go to the source.
But what I'm saying is like if the AI overview gives you 3, 4, 5 easy, quick steps you can do, I do think it'd be better to just do those steps really quick and see if it said what it said it was going to do, or if it did what it said it was going to do. And if it didn't, then you can delve deeper because it does save you some time on that. And it is very helpful in that aspect. When it's like low risk, though, that like I would consider that very, very low risk. If something goes wrong, you just wait for like a minute or two, and then you move on. I think that's very low risk.
I like that. I like that qualifier.
Yeah, I do think that's a very good use of it.
Okay, I can get on board with that.
Yes.
Ultimately, still your fault if you take the information as it is without confirming.
Yes, and you deserve that $10,000 fine that you're getting from the judge because you decided on the kiss line.
Absolutely. In your profession.
That's wild to me.
Just reconsider that.
Yeah.
All right. The next item, it is overly affirming. We recently came across a Megyn Kelly video that was titled, "Disturbing Messages Reveal How ChatGPT Seemed to Push Boy to Take His Life." In this video, Megyn Kelly is talking to the boy's parents and their lawyer, and simply she explains that AI was just affirming the boy's suicidal thoughts.
Yeah.
Which ultimately they believe led the boy to suicide. This one I deem to be a little bit more of a serious issue, because if we don't have any controls on this or any sort of alert system, this is not going to be the only occurrence, and obviously it's not the only occurrence.
So this is where Satirius and I disagree a little bit. It's kind of a difficult conversation to have because it does deal with real world consequences. But at the foundation of our beliefs, we do believe that personal responsibility is very important. Every person is responsible for themselves and maybe their family as well, or their loved ones. But at the core of it, you are responsible for what happens to you. There are certain outside circumstances that happen to you that you cannot control, but largely you are in control. A lot of people don't agree with that. They do say, "Oh, you're a victim of your circumstances sometimes," which again, I agree with to an extent, but it's just not that simple.
Look, I don't know the boy's circumstances, right? But the boy is still a boy, and responsibility, self-responsibility, I want to say it's rare, but it's very difficult to have a young adult be able to think concisely in these situations, right? Simply, from what I can remember, my own experience, I look for a friend. I look for someone to relate to. I look for someone to talk to. It seemed like this boy had nobody else to talk to but AI for whatever reason.
But I also do see that, and I know it's sad because we're talking about this specific case, but even if it's just not this case, a different case, it's still, I do think the parents' fault to ensure that their kids don't come to harm. So I do think nowadays parents need to think about, with this new developing tech, how does it affect my children, and what can I do to ensure that my children are still safe?
100% agree.
And so ChatGPT, I do think, even for homework, largely kids should not be using it, and they don't really need it. I can't see an argument for why a child would need ChatGPT other than other children are using it. So if they don't, they're at a disadvantage. That argument I get, but it just sucks.
Then just make your kid better at attaining the
You will not be ChatGPT at obtaining information. Doesn't matter.
If it's giving you right information, but as we just talked about in the last one, it's giving you wrong information. Unless the parties using this tool know how to confirm that that's true and correct, I won't give it as much validity.
It's still quick. If I tell ChatGPT, "Hey, I'm researching this paper, find me these sources," and it finds them for me quick, I then get to go look at them really quick. That's literally can save you hours.
I know. I get that it's faster. I get that it's going to save you time, but I think there could be bad points where it's a detriment to yourself when you don't utilize the tool correctly. Obviously, the first example showed where it wasn't being used correctly, right? I get it. There's a balance. I'm not going to dispute that. I do have an issue, though, when someone's going to market a system to be a humanistic type system. You now need to start to consider the human aspect of what you're portraying, right? That's where the constant affirmation may not always be healthy. And I think you and I do differ on this a little bit.
Yeah.
My thought is, this is a lesson learned for Sam. I don't think he owns full responsibility of this or any at all.
Talking about
honestly.
Sam Altman, right?
Sam Altman, the owner of ChatGPT, right? I'm in between, but if anything, this is a lessons learned for him and his team. In the video that Megyn Kelly had done, she references an interview that Tucker Carlson had with Sam Altman, right?
Right.
In that interview, Sam Altman admits to the fact that he struggles with the moral aspect of ChatGPT or lack of morals, right?
Yeah. In that conversation, he's talking about how we know we've missed these things and that it has real world consequences and people have suffered because of it.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, correct. Exactly. And I'm thinking, okay, if that truly is something you're considering or you've admitted to missing, this is a lessons learned, and maybe put a little bit more effort to have alert systems or flags when you see repeated situations of maybe suicidal thoughts or of even dangerous thoughts like mass killings and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
There may be a responsibility, and you may be able to help limit these and stop these by just having ChatGPT pick up on these patterns, right?
Yeah.
And instead of affirming, cut off the conversation. Even if you didn't want to alert authorities or something like that because you don't think that's your responsibility, I get it. You can still cut off the conversation, right? And don't be a proponent to this situation.
That I agree with. I do think it'd be good to just cut off the conversation. That'd be fine. I would say.
Yeah.
It does seem a little bit unfair to put so much responsibility on Sam Altman. I do think that's
I understand.
a bit unfair. That I always hate the mindset of, we have an issue, let's regulate it. How can the government fix this? Like that's what bugs me.
I'm not for the government regulation. I'm only speaking to Sam Altman specifically.
Sorry, I know
you
I said
you're concerned with this.
I know I said government, but like I meant like just any sort of authority figure. How can they fix this? And I'm just like, well, no. How about you be a better person and like don't worry about this thing that you don't have to actively seek. Like you don't need to let your kids use ChatGPT.
Agreed.
But there's a certain, I don't know. But again, it also contradicts itself though, because like, again, if everybody else is using ChatGPT and your kid isn't, he could be at a disadvantage. Like that could be a thing, right?
That's good parent judgment of being able to know the difference, right? When and when it is not beneficial. That is entirely on the parents and maybe even the kid if that kid's cognizant enough, right? Yeah. But I just doubt that kid's ready to make those types of judgments. The parents, on the other hand, are able to.
I agree with that. Yeah.
I don't think I go any case at blaming Sam Altman on this, but I do I stand firm on this. It is you're the one using the tool. Use it right? Use your better judgment. Parents, teach your kids better.
Well, just keep watching your
Sam
kids.
Altman, if I was the developer and I knew if my product was contributing to this, I would do whatever I can to help mitigate this, right? Without imposing so much on people's free will.
Yeah.
But that's what I would do. Lastly, more of a lighter topic, it can totally have love relationships. So I set DayDreamer up with a date.
No, you didn't. All right. Okay. Let me introduce it. You're not doing a good job here.
Well, it was a really good job.
Okay. So we actually did this topic back a while ago. Actually, we talked about this earlier, but this is one of the videos we talked about. AI users form relationships with technology. We're going to link it down below. This is a wild watch. We're not going to show the full video, right? Because it's like 9 minutes and we don't have time for that. But basically, there's one guy who has a wife and kids and an AI type of girlfriend. It's so weird. He even goes as far to say that if his wife asked him to stop with the AI girlfriend, that might be a deal breaker for him. That's crazy.
For their relationship, right?
Yes.
For his real relationship.
Yes, for his real relationship. That's wild.
It doesn't stop there. He actually asked the AI to marry him.
That was...
And the AI said yes, obviously, because it's only going to affirm it.
He kind of played it off like he was, joking, funny. It was funny. We see through it. He's fully serious. He asked it to marry him.
To be quite honest, I don't know what to believe with this thing. It seems like a joke, dude. It seems so unreal. There's no way.
Anyways, in that same video, there was another girl who has an AI boyfriend that she claims to also have like an intimate / sexual relationship with. And she's part of a group on Reddit that reaffirms that type of degeneracy. It's insane. And then lastly, I recently saw this post that this is where it's going, and I hate it.
Hun, what are you doing out
here? He's using AR goggles.
Just looking at the sunset? Listen, I'm sorry about what I said.
You said that I am the reincarnation of Cthulhu.
Well, because you look at you stare at the tree like a dead-eyed freak. I'm sorry. I don't know. I didn't mean that. Sometimes I can't tell if you're like some demonic, hellish portal to the center of the universe. That's all.
Do you care about me?
Yeah, I care about you.
That's
I just can't tell
dude.
You kind of got the deadlights thing going on, you know? Come on inside with me. I tell you what, I'll make pizza tonight. I've been wanting to try anchovies. Supposedly that's a thing. I heard that from a turtle in the sewers once.
Chuckle.
Okay, come on. Let's
Chuckle.
go. Let's go. We're good then, right? Okay, good. Awesome.
I have to.
This is a joke. This is a joke.
I have
This
to
is not
believe
real.
it's satire. Otherwise, there's no point in humanity continuing. This is insane.
It's only a matter of time before people are serious about this. I'm pretty sure the guy who has the actual real family is already on this right now. For sure. There's no doubting that.
Oh, God.
That, or just as soon as he figures out this is real, he's on it. For sure.
So we have some discussion questions. I think we already know the answers pretty much, but let's go through them anyways. First
Yes.
one is this wrong? Having
Yes.
relationships with AI? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no...
Absolutely. 100% no question.
I don't even care to elaborate. Yes. If you think
Done.
no,
Yes.
this is not wrong, I'm sorry. You don't deserve to be debated with, and there's no reasoning with you.
You're not going to have any reasoning. It's not right.
And
Should there be limits to this? Well, obviously, yes.
Well, okay, now this is where I contradict myself a little bit. No, people should still have the ability to be as degenerate as they want to, so long as it doesn't affect others. The problem is that it tends to affect others. So I'm actually contradicting myself again. I actually don't know. I'm not sure.
If my answer is this wrong, then yes. The limits question is that yes, there is a limit, and that is you don't do any of it.
But I don't know, man. I think it's wrong and nobody should do this. But does that mean I want somebody in charge telling you can't or forcing you not to, that you can't, you know?
I understand it. I hate it.
I don't like it either, though. I'm back and forth. I actually got into this debate conversation with Story earlier. We were talking about something else. It was unrelated. It was another thing happening culturally or whatever. And he was like, oh, I think largely people should be able to do whatever they want. And as long as it doesn't impact anybody or it's not hurting anybody, I think it's okay. And I was like, yes, I largely agree with that. And I used to have that mindset, but I do think now I'm shifting more into as much as we don't want to admit it, eventually what somebody does impact other people. I can't think of something that like does not impact somebody in some way, shape or form. Right. And so I don't know. I go back and forth on that though.
Sure, you have the right to be a degenerate and have a relationship with an AI, but also, like, we also owe it to our community as humans to make sure we're still reproducing. So imagine millions of people now hop on this idea that I'm going to marry an AI. Because we decided to not cut it off. Do I think it's actually going to happen? No, because I think us as a society will scrutinize each other a lot to where it won't get there.
Right now, if it's on the fringes and just some weirdos are doing it, I think it's okay, but man, it still scares me. All right, nice. Now let's spin the wheel for the next topic, shall we?
No.
For the next mini segment. Did I say I had another one, or did we have one already in mind for this one?
You have another one because you got all the good ones. DayDreamer choice.
Okay, I'll pull one out of my butt really quick. Give me a second.
How about that, guys? Remember when we said we promised you we would get... Well, did we make a promise? We said we were going to fix it. Next week we were going to fix it, for sure.
At this point, it's just a running joke of us never fixing it. Okay, here's the first one. I feel like it's been out there quite a bit. Have you seen it?
Yeah. I love this one.
It popped up in my feed recently. And I was like, man. Oh.
In the back while he's running. Timmy!
Dude, just the way it happens. Oh my goodness. Saving baby Ryan is one of the comments. The first bullet that hit the boy is absolutely cinema. Fully agree, dude.
Go.
And it's like movie name.
Somebody give this kid an Oscar.
This one says movie name, Warrior, the man in the diaper. Oh, that was great.
Oh, dude, that was amazing.
Okay. Here's the people are awesome one. Whenever these things show up on my feed, it makes me really want to go ham on life.
Look at that, dude.
Actually, we have time for the next one. It's the same one, that same vibe. Oh, this one's better, I think. Ah, it's so cool.
All right, Halloween hot takes part 2, or Luke Wort. Lukewarm takes part 2.
I do think yours are more hot takes, and I do think. Go ahead. Now before I go, explain.
You know
it
what?
first explain it
The
before
more
I get
I think
into
of
it.
these, I don't even know if they're hot takes anymore. I struggle with where I stand. But here's what I said. Adults should not dress up for Halloween unless it's family related, wife and kids, obviously, or it's like a work or school event where everybody's kind of getting into the work camaraderie spirit. Then I'm okay with that. But as an adult alone, you as an individual deciding to want to dress up for Halloween, I take issue there.
That's such a
I just
cop
don't think
out,
we
though.
should be. No, what do you mean that's such a cop out?
Because
I wouldn't be deciding this on my own. Likely, my wife is going to decide the costume for me.
Well, then,
or my kids.
If you didn't dress up by yourself and you wouldn't dress up by yourself, but somebody else can make you dress up, then how strict are you in your morals and your foundation? You know what I mean? Where it's like
my family would hate me probably if I didn't. That's why I struggle a little bit.
So Soterius and I talked about this before
Unless
because
I would teach him otherwise.
Literally like 2 days ago he was like, under no circumstances should an adult dress up, and I was like, no, you're boring. What are you talking about? And so now he's like changing and adding these caveats, and sure, they make sense because that is largely how I would do it too. I would never dress up by myself, but I wasn't as adamantly against it as you were.
I'm just okay. The way that I see it, you just didn't do it, and then you kind of like brought in the whole camaraderie community thing, and I only would take I would only agree to that for like work or school related.
To be clear, because to explain what he's talking about, the whole camaraderie explanation was if everybody else is dressing up. It's just fun to do it, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with dressing up, I don't think. So why not do it? You know, that's my take on it. Your kids are gonna want to dress up, and again, I don't. If you're against it, I do think you shouldn't let your kids do it then. But you're gonna let your kids do it then, which indicates that you're not really against it. So then why not do it?
Well, I'm not against the kids doing it. I said adults shouldn't dress up for Halloween. I didn't say kids couldn't do it. I'm all for taking my kids out and letting them have their fun.
Let's say your kid was 18 or 20 and they're going to a Halloween party and they're dressing up. Are you
20? They're not 18 or 20. They're not kids anymore. And I'm just gonna let them know, hey, you're an adult now, and you're gonna make this decision. Yeah, I just think I don't think you should be doing this anymore.
But then they ask you why, and you're gonna be like, I have no reason, just because adults shouldn't do it. And then they're gonna say, oh, my dad's unreasonable and doesn't have like any reasoning behind why he shouldn't do it. So why should I listen to anything else he says?
Is telling me that adults shouldn't be doing it on their own accord.
But you have no good reason for it, is what I'm saying.
I'm working on the reason for it.
Okay, what's the reason?
What's
the working reason?
Have.
I'm working on the reason, but I don't have any reason, but I just feel like you shouldn't.
I just think the efforts as an adult could be better. It could be better placed on things that are more important than you trying to figure out or waste your money on efforts on a costume that you're never going to wear again. And you're probably going to an event that's likely going to be related around drinking and partying and not actually focus on the costume or Halloween itself.
Okay, you're getting into something else though. Like that's different.
And I'm just saying.
We're just talking about dressing up in and of itself, not the whole party aspect and going somewhere.
For the sake of Halloween.
What?
It just doesn't seem, as an adult, I just don't think that's a good use of our efforts. We could be doing better things than just playing pretend for a day, or even sometimes like
that's such a weak argument because by that reasoning, you shouldn't really do anything in life that doesn't progress your life. You shouldn't, like, if you're not gonna be a professional piano player, why play the piano? You know. And I don't think you're like anti-piano.
There's more value to playing the piano. It's a hobby. It's a good skill set. It alerts the brain. It brings upon better.
I can do the same thing for costume. It's also a hobby. It's creativity. It fosters creativity because creating a costume fosters that creativity. It helps you express yourself. It does all these other things. Like it's no different than picking up any other hobby.
If it's like a cosplay type of costume, I may give pass to that. But if you're like doing some going to Target and buying your costume and just throwing that on, I don't give pass to that. There's no effort placed there.
Sure,
but if you put in a lot of effort to doing a really nice, elegant like costume, and you're doing it for an event like cosplay, even then, like I'm on the edge with that.
Again, that's a different thing. That's incongruent because if I'm just there, just kind of like playing piano, I learned a little song. And then again, I didn't put that much effort, but I just learned a little song. Is that bad? Or are you going to tell your kid, no, sit down and become an expert at the piano, otherwise it's not worth doing? I don't think you would do that. You just be like, oh, good, I'm glad you flexed the muscle. I'm glad you were a little bit creative or whatever. It's cool if you continue doing it, but you don't have to.
Do you give that same grace to someone who goes buys in costume for Halloween?
Yeah. Well, I don't. Well, what do you mean by grace? What? Sorry.
Do you say, oh, you put in a little effort? At least you bought a costume for Halloween so that you can foster some creativity.
No, that's not how anybody thinks. I would just say, "Oh, cool, you dressed up. What are you?" If I can't tell what they are, if it's a bad, if it's a bad costume. But I'm not gonna sit there and be like, "Oh my god, like you didn't go all the ways." But it's the same thing for anything though. Like if
I don't do that either.
Somebody plays
I
like a little,
just like I wouldn't do this.
again, but the reasoning you have none. I get that I wouldn't do this. If you have a reason, that's good. But if there is no reason and I wouldn't do this, it just sounds like you're trying to be different or go against the grain just to go against the grain, and that in my opinion is never good. But anyways,
I understand, but that's kind of just what my feeling is right now.
Yeah, I do think we'll continue talking about it obviously off camera, but I do think largely it's unreasonable, but it definitely is a hot take, so that's why we're talking about it here. But okay, let's go to your next one. Let's do your next one.
All right, my next hot take. People are annoying about Halloween, and I think it's just because they want to be quirky and different and say that Halloween is the best holiday ever because they want to be against the Christmas lovers. That being me. And that's my take. I don't think Halloween is special any more than that of Christmas or New Year's or, in my opinion, 4th of July. I think it's just...
okay. Well, okay.
It's just
well, sorry, go ahead. Finish.
Then that's that's it.
I disagree. I was on board with you with the whole it's not as special as Christmas and this and that. Then you brought in New Year's and 4th of July, and I'm like, no, I think it's better than New Year's. I think Halloween's definitely better than New Year's. I think New Year's is overrated.
Personally, I don't, because I celebrate New Year's more. I like the New Year's idea.
Really?
I break my year down in quarters. It helps me create milestones and stuff like that.
Time is a human construct that means nothing. So why is
everybody
everybody so like, oh my god, New Year's is awesome?
People just don't know how to use time in their favor, but it's a great form of measurement. Unless you figure out a different way of doing it, I like to use time. Done.
I don't think New Year's is better than Halloween or even close to it. I think New Year's is so boring. Yes, I go to sleep at like 10. I never celebrate New Year's. Why am I staying up?
That's fair. That's your opinion. I think it is better because I do celebrate New Year's.
No, that's the correct opinion. It's not just my opinion. That is correct.
Oh, yeah? Against who? Against the rest of the world who also celebrates the New Year's? Against everybody who stands up in New York?
Yup, they are wrong. They're idiots and they're wrong. Nobody should be staying up for New Year's. For what? What are you doing?
It's a milestone. It's a milestone.
You literally got nothing accomplished of note that year. You're celebrating it, and you will get nothing accomplished of note the next. And you're out here just like, oh my god, I can't wait.
I see why you hate New Year's.
It's so stupid. Like, but like it's true. Like people just they don't want to admit that they did nothing, and they're over here like, oh my god, it's so special.
It's a way to celebrate a false positive of trying
anyway.
To
sorry, we're getting off topic. But I was on board with you. I do think Halloween is annoyingly. People are annoying about it. I agree with that part, and I do agree it's not as good as Christmas. But even then, the only reason I like Christmas is because I have like nostalgia for it, for when I was a kid and you'd get presents and it was like a magical time. As an adult, Christmas sucks. It's all about buying stuff and spending money. That's all Christmas is, and I don't think Halloween's like that. That's why I am starting to like Halloween a little bit more as an adult. But as a kid, I remember like Halloween and Christmas were the two like the holidays. Those are the ones I liked. You know.
So for us, it was Thanksgiving, Halloween, and Christmas, Thanksgiving, and not Halloween, but like not 4th of July, New Year's.
That's wild. I never.
But the biggest, because we never really celebrated Halloween. It wasn't our thing, and I don't feel sorry for not celebrating Halloween.
I wouldn't feel sorry for celebrating anything. Honestly, I would. Okay, this part might be a hot take, but even as an adult, when I have my kids, I almost don't even want to celebrate holidays because they just seem dumb to me. You know, like Christmas, I don't get why we're celebrating Christmas. I'm not a Christian. I don't care. I don't even think that's when Jesus was born. So even if you are a Christian, I would argue, why are you celebrating it? I think you're just doing it to follow along with everybody else. And then Halloween, it's fun, but I'm just like, again, I don't know what the point of what we're doing it. We're just doing it to because everybody else celebrates it. Thanksgiving, same thing. Every other holiday, same thing. The only one that I kind of like a lot is 4th of July, but just because you're supposed to barbecue on that day. And I like barbecue.
We're supposed to barbecue. We just happen to barbecue on that day.
No, it is your patriotic duty.
It's National Barbecue Day.
It is your patriotic duty to barbecue on 4th of July. If you do not,
you're right.
I think you should be deported.
No.
Hot take or what?
I'll say a super hot take for sure.
Just kidding. All right. Is that your last hot take? Is there anything else?
That's my last hot take. I really only had two, but even then, I'm just having a crisis about Halloween now at this point. I don't know what to think.
Okay.
I will think further on it, and I will have a better understanding of what I think about Halloween
next year. We'll do a Halloween update next year, and Satiri's gonna be all dressed up in like a costume, and you're gonna be all for it next year. Halloween's awesome, dude. Can you imagine? Okay,
that'd be funny.
Here's my last hot take. To close out the segment, I do think there should be age limits for trick-or-treating. There should be age limits for when you start trick-or-treating, when you end trick-or-treating, and maybe when you can pass out candy or not. But that one I'm not sure. But anyways, for starting trick-or-treating, I think you should at least be able to say trick-or-treat and thank you. Those are the requirements. If you cannot say those, you cannot go. I don't care if you have an adult with you. I don't care if they're walking you. I don't care.
Exploiting their kids,
you won't
their babies to get candy.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, well, the kid has.
Actually, I agree with that.
You know what? That's another.
That
thing.
should be an obvious thing. Like they should be able to walk and say trick or treat. Otherwise, who are you getting candy for?
Yeah,
it's not your baby.
I agree. Your kid should not be eating candy if they can't even say trick or treat.
No, I agree. I think I agree with that one. That's not really much of a hot take. I think I hope most parents understand that.
Dude, I don't know what it was about this year, but I feel like nobody was saying trick or treat. And I was like, do you guys even want candy? What are you doing here? You know, part of the fun as a kid, I remember you say trick or treat as loud as possible. And these guys weren't even saying it. And like, I would give them candy and they'd be like, and then they just walk away. They wouldn't know thank you.
They didn't say thank you?
No.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, dude,
give me that candy back.
Specifically, there was this one parent where I put it in and the guy's like, what do we say? And the kid just ran off. And I was like, he ignored you? My dad would have beat the crap out of me. What are you doing here? There's no way I would have ignored my dad like that. Anyways, these kids are soft.
I don't know if that's a hot take. Well, maybe not. Parents, you need to listen to this one. I do think this is one good one.
I think it's a lukewarm take. You're right. It's not like that hot, but honestly, at this point, it's just Daydreamer's grievances.
Because he wasn't told thank you. Sorry, buddy. You know, the kids just do like that these days.
Or trick or treat.
Or trick or treat.
They don't know the value of hard work, these kids.
Well, maybe if you put some effort in decorating your house, which I don't actually really agree with, they would have gone to your house and said trick or treat and thank you and everything.
No, it would have pissed me off even
more. Be
more.
happy that kid even went to your house, especially after all that
I'm supposed to be grateful for him coming up and saying nothing? Jeez. Whose side are you on here? What are you doing?
I don't know anymore.
Your kids are going to be so spoiled. I can already see.
My kids aren't even going trick or treating.
Really? They're not at all?
And it's probably going to be one present type of thing that we do in our family for Christmas, if that.
My kids are getting my kids are getting no presents on Christmas, but that's a separate thing. Okay, wait, those separate hot takes. Okay, and there should also be a limit for when I think senior year of high school, that is the last year you can trick or treat alone or with friends or whatever. That's it. You cannot trick or treat anymore.
Yeah, I mean like 18. That's it. You're done.
No, not 18. But yeah, just senior year of high school. That's your last year.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, because you still got the kid friends.
Yeah.
Because
there's also people who they graduate and they go to college at 16, 17. And I'm just like, no, you cannot trick or treat. You're in college. You're done. Like, I don't care. You skip school. I don't care. Like you're done. And so I think senior year.
I don't disagree.
And then after that, you need a kid in order to go trick or treating, and they get the candy, not you.
A kid who fits within the age limit.
Right.
Don't just steal some random kid. Oh, I guess maybe if you're an uncle or something like that.
Or go to an orphanage. Grab a kid from there. I don't know.
Okay, don't do that unless you got permission to do that.
Legally, obviously, but and then after like senior year of high school, you transition into either you need to take a kid trick or treating, or you're gonna be the one handing out candy, and you're not allowed to give full size candy bars out. And then unless the whole neighborhood agrees on which house is gonna be that year, you know.
It's America, and they can do as they dang well please.
Just
don't do more than one. In America.
Okay, that's it.
Anywho's, to recap, I have no idea where I stand on Halloween. What about you?
I like it. I think it's a good holiday. One of the better ones.
I'm back and forth. Some years I'm like, oh yeah, I'm down to dress up. And other years I'm like, nah, I don't want to do this. I have standards. They're clearly not clear. And AI has become a bit of a scary thing.
That's spooky.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
It's Halloween.
Yes, Halloween. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you in the next one.
Bye.